Hey everybody, good evening. It's Chris here. I'm so excited to be with y'all today, and I'm really this whole recording the daily reflections has really it's really taking my my life in a new direction. So I'm really excited to be with you here today, and I'm ready to get to the reading because it's a good one and I can't wait to share about it. Okay, so today is May 26th, and it says, our spiritual and emotional growth in AA does not depend so deeply upon success as it does upon our failures and setbacks. If you will bear this in mind, I think that your slip will have the effect of kicking you upstairs instead of down. And that's from As Bill Sees It, page 184. In keeping with the pain and adversity which our founders encountered and overcame in establishing AA, Bill W. sent us a clear message. A relapse can provide a positive experience toward abstinence and a lifetime of recovery. A relapse brings truth to what we hear repeatedly in meetings. Don't take that first drink. It reinforces the belief in the progressive nature of the disease, and it drives home the need for and beauty of humility in our spiritual program. Simple truths come in complicated ways to me when I am ego-driven. Wow. What a powerful reminder. I was excited to share about this with you guys because part of my story is that when I came here in 2002, I didn't know if I wanted to stay sober. I didn't even know what alcoholism was, or even AA. I came to get a paper sign. They said, look in the phone book. That's how long it was. Look in the phone book and go under the A's and look for Alcoholics Anonymous. And there's a number and maybe an address, right? So you call this number, they give you tell them where you live, and they tell you of a meeting that's closest to you. So I found a meeting. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just know that I needed to get my paper signed, right? Because I got a DWI in 2001. And then, so I had to go to these, what I thought were classes, right? And get my paper signed, or I was going to go to jail. And I had been in jail already enough times to know that I didn't want to go back to jail. I still don't want to go back to jail. I hate jail. I just hate it. It's just like, oh my God, it's just such a terrible place to be. So, for me, emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? So I start doing this thing. I start going to these meetings, and I hear a lot of people talking about a lot of stuff that I don't really understand, because it's like information overload. And because I didn't want to like disrespect the program, I wouldn't drink before a meeting, and sometimes I wouldn't even drink after a meeting. And it started to get to this point where I wouldn't even drink the whole day if I knew that I was gonna go to this meeting. I just had like this newfound respect for this. I felt like it was a sacred program. So, make a long story short, as much as I wanted to stay sober without ever relapsing, I relapsed. I relapsed twice. And this second time, I was so excited. I was like, I think it was pre-planned, because I moved to Austin and I didn't know anybody, and I kept making up all these excuses why I wouldn't connect or why I wouldn't go to a meeting. Oh, there's nothing but guys there. Oh, there's nothing but old people. Oh, blah blah blah. Oh, blah blah blah. I would make all these excuses why I wasn't gonna go to a meeting. But truth was, I was tired of going to meetings. I was tired of doing service work. I was tired of going to meetings. I was tired of carrying the message. I mean, I just wanted to live a normal life. And normal people have drinks once in a while, and that's what I wanted. But I'd never been able to have a normal life until I came, or a sense of a normal life, until I got into recovery. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I was thinking that I'm done with AA, I'm in a new city, nobody knows me, I'm gonna meet new people, I'm gonna hang out, probably, meet somebody special. I wasn't I was ready to give up the recovery part. I really was just trying to be normal, right? So I relapsed, and I had been hearing in meetings, I had been hearing people say that the disease is progressive, right? And that if I were to drink, that I would start right back where I left off. And to me, in my head, I thought, oh, that just means that I'll drink a 12-pack, maybe 2 a day. That I'll drink a bottle of wine. Not the little ones, the big ones. The ones you carry with 2 hands. A day like I used to. That's what I thought in my mind. I thought quantity, right? I didn't really think past that. So I figured, hey, if I just drink one, then it didn't progress because I didn't drink a 12-pack or a 24-pack. So my last relapse, I found out what that really means to me. And what that really means to me is that as soon as I relapse, as soon as I put that drop of alcohol in my body, I wanted another one. And then I got the other one. And then I wanted another one. And I was lying about it. I was lying about it. I was hiding. I was going to the movies every day. I don't like going to the movies once a month. Maybe I'll do that. But I was going every day so that I could drink in the dark by myself. And nobody would see me. And then one time, so my mind was already playing tricks in my head. It was already telling me, Chris, you messed up, you drank, you're a loser. Why did you do that? Oh my God, what are people gonna say about you? My mind was driving me a little insane already. So I said, I gotta get honest with somebody, at least one person. So I called my friend Yaya, that I love so much. She's like the best friend I ever had. So I call her up and I say, hey Yaya, I gotta tell you something. And she said, okay. I said, I relapse. She said, thank you for your honesty. I was like, and it was quiet because I relapsed because I'm an alcoholic. That's the truth. And we had like a really long moment of silence because I could feel her pain on the other side of the phone, because she is my friend, and she knows about what alcoholism does to people like us, to me, people like me. And she says, well, Chris, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself about, if you want to drink, if you don't want to be in recovery, then don't be. She said, just go. She said, just go live your life. No regrets, no remorse. Don't look back. Just go and live your life the way that you want to live it. She says, and if you want to go and get drunk today, she goes, go and get drunk, man. Have yourself a really, really, really good time. I mean, just go out there and dance your ass off and drink all you want and talk to everybody you want. And when you're ready, she said, then come back. She goes, because I don't think you're ready. And that didn't give me comfort. That pissed me off, because I was like, how dare you? How dare you tell me to go get drunk? I'm an alcoholic. I could die. How dare you? I thought in my mind, right? But out loud, I said, okay. And then we hang up. So now I'm on a mission. I'm like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go have me a really good time. I'm going to the club. I'm going down 4th Street. I'm going to pick me up some alcohol. That's it. That's all that I wanted. I'm not sure that I even wanted to meet somebody, which would have been cool, but because I thought that I had to drink to be cool. I thought that I had to drink because that's what people did in Austin. More mind games that my sorry about that. More mind games that my mind was playing, right? So I go out and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get drunk. I'm gonna go try this. I'll be okay. I'm gonna go get drunk. I'm gonna go live my life. I'm gonna go take the suggestions, right? So I'm taking the suggestion and I'm already thinking, I gotta have this much money. I gotta have $200. I have to have $200 in my wallet because I need to get drunk. And then I said, then I gotta have a little bit more in case I want to score some drugs. And then I have a little bit more in case I want to, I have a date or whatever. So I'm already thinking about how I'm gonna pay for all this, and where am I gonna go, and what am I gonna do? The race was on like it was before. So I said, well, I gotta conserve because I don't really have that much money. So I'm gonna go to happy hour at Taco Cabana. And so I went to happy hour at Taco Cabana. I got myself a little happy hour drink. I sat down on a table for 6, and I said, okay, now call your friends, your co-workers, and tell them that happy hour is today at Taco Cabana. I said, call him. And I said, okay, I'm going to call him. And my head was telling me, call him, come on, call him. And then came the lesson. I said, I can't call him. Because I don't like who I am when I drink. I don't like who Chris is when he drinks. Because he gets dumb. He gets sloppy. He likes to fight. He likes to hit on all the girls. He likes to talk about money he ain't got. He likes to talk about all this stuff. And then he'll be out there trying to, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say something vulgar probably, but he likes to get laid. So then he goes and tries to pursue things that don't want to get pursued. And then he gets mad, and then he pees on himself, and then he'll probably throw up, and then he'll probably wreck his car, and then he'll probably end up in jail, and then he'll probably end up with another DWI, or maybe he'll kill himself or somebody. That's what happens when Chris drinks. And what happened that day in 2017 is the same thing that happened to me in 2001. So then and there, I got the lesson that says that when I drink, I will pick up exactly where I left off. And that was true in that moment. In that moment, it was true. So this reading is talking about moments like that. This reading is talking about, hey, maybe you just need to go out there and try it. Maybe you're not ready. Go check it out. We're not trying to convince you. We're just trying to tell you how we did it. We're just trying to tell you what happened to us. We're just trying to tell you how we felt. We're not telling you how you felt. You got to go figure that out for yourself. And man, it was like the worst and the best advice I ever took. And I'm so grateful that I made it out alive. I'm so grateful that I didn't call my friends. I'm so grateful that in that moment, I found this lesson, what they were talking about. And I'm grateful for friends who, like my friend Yaya, who gave me a hard truth. And I want to end with this. I want to end with that because in this book, in the end of the book, it says, in the very last line of this book right here, it says, simple truths come in complicated ways. I'm pretty sure it was not easy for her to tell me that. I'm pretty sure, because I know my friend and she loves me. She would hate for me to hurt myself. But she knows that for me, it was perhaps necessary to go do a little more research. And maybe perhaps it's necessary for you. Maybe you're a normal drinker and this means nothing to you. And that's okay. I'm really grateful to have a message today that I can carry to people, whether you need it today or not. And I'm grateful to have started this YouTube channel. I hope that you will subscribe. Please comment if you want. Like it, share it with somebody. Even if it's just for kicks. I talk about this book, and I've talked about other books. And I'll end with this because the video is getting long. But so this is the one that we read off, Daily Reflections. The basic text, and I have a bag full of books here because I wanted to share with you. The basic text is called, it's a blue book. It's called Alcoholics Anonymous. This is the one that I read out of the most. This is where the steps are. This is where more about alcoholism is. This is where, it tells me what happens when I pick up a drink. This tells me Dr. Bob's story, Bill's story, how AA was founded, the steps and the solution. So this is this book right here, right? And after this book was written, they wrote this book, The 12 and 12. This one was written by Bill W. And story goes that this book was written. This goes in depth on the steps. This called The 12 and 12. And this book was written by Bill W. when he was actually working with another alcoholic and taking him through the steps. And so he got to experience sponsorship relationship, and it's expressed in this book, and I love it very, very much because it goes really, really deep into the steps. So while this one just kind of glosses over it just a little bit, it goes really, really deep in this book on the steps. Okay, and then I'll share one more, this one. So back in the days, they didn't have Zoom, they didn't have they had mail, right? So what they would do is they would write what they would call a newspaper, or a really thin a newsletter, which is like a really thin newspaper, and they would write about a lot of topics about that people have written into the General Service Office in New York. People would write them letters and tell them about their experience. So they started doing a newsletter and sending it out to people who would subscribe to this newsletter, right, like a newspaper. And so out of that newsletter, what happened was they started this book. It's called Grapevine Lavinia. And this book right here is called Prayer and Meditation. And this book is a bunch of stories who have written into the Grapevine Lavinia about prayer and meditation and how it's helped them. So now they've created this little short read about how it can help me too. So I bought this book because I'm really into prayer and into meditation a ton. It has really, if you haven't tried it, please, I suggest you try it. Prayer and meditation. Google it. There's a million ways you can do it. I know how I do it, but you ain't got to do it like me. Just do it a way that works for you to get you through your day, whether you're in recovery or not. I believe that every person, we have unhealed wounds, and that we all need recovery in some way, whether it be, maybe you need Alcoholics Anonymous, maybe you go to church. It doesn't matter. It's all good. Just get the help where you need it. Live your life to the fullest. Let go of petty stuff. Let go of resentments. Heal from those past hurts. Man, I guarantee you, if you put just a little bit effort into your emotional and mental health, that your life would be so much better and relationships will get better. That your eyes will become clear. It has happened for me. I'm not saying this because I want you to buy something. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just telling you that has happened for me. And I would suggest anybody, those that I love and those that I don't love, just try it. If it doesn't work, then never mind it. Just say, Chris was full of crap. He don't know what he's talking about. But if your life gets better, you don't even gotta say thank you. Just live your life. But awesome and badass. A lo máximo. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your time. I hope to see you again tomorrow. I will go live one day, but today's not today. And I'm going to say this right before I get off, that tomorrow's the 5th day. And on the 5th day, I want to do it in Espanol. So tomorrow, mi compartimiento, my share will be in Espanol. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. And if you miss it, this is not live. So there's no replay. It's just a video. So tomorrow it'll be in Spanish. So I'm excited. I hope you're looking forward to it. I am. And good night. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye.